recently took a trip out to Just Press Play. Now they do have quite a few locations and all of them are very similar, but they have different items at each store. And I absolutely love the amazing amount of these like crazy oddities, Nintendo oddities, and just so many other video games at each of these locations. I scored some pretty amazing things, so let's go ahead and see what my trip out was like. So this right here is so cool too. This is for Super Mario Bros. 3, this vintage Nintendo walkie-talkie. I love how this thing looks. You have two Marios right there. Of course, you have this classic style, this like beautiful image. And the box is literally the best part. Look at all of these other Nintendo products from Micro Games USA. You have Punch-Out, you have Donkey Kong, you have all of these Cement Factory, Game & Watch. Just so many cool pieces of history here. And this thing, it's just so neat to see. I feel like you don't see this stuff everywhere, so this store has some of the craziest items in it. So this store has some of the most unique items that I have seen. This might actually have to come home with me. This is the Super Mario Brothers. This is a vintage shower power handheld shower. So this is just so cool. I love seeing the artwork on these boxes and just like this older style Mario. So this is from 1989. Super Mario Brothers, and then right here, the new generation of safe shower play. So they were really about that safety back in the day. But this is just so cool to see this. This is just a really neat piece, and I think I have to bring this one home. So of course I had to score some Nintendo games. This one right here is called Eliminator Boat Duel. And I love it because it's actually spelled wrong on the label. And I just think that's so crazy, you know, part of that whole like history. So that's something of an uncommon game and just something weird about it. Now this is actually a really, really fun one. And even the people there recommended this game to me. So this is one that I've not really seen much about, but I've heard some decent things. Now this is your typical like speedboat racing game, but it's really fun because it does have these like colorful characters, this like personality for each one. It reminds me of like RC Pro-Am, but of course you're racing boats. Now I love how each race requires some sort of like different strategy, and you have to go around, you know, avoid those obstacles like sharks, logs, the whirlpools. And it's a lot of fun because you really just don't want to crash. So you have to get tons of cash, get these nitros, get the upgrades, and just make it an even more enjoyable experience. So this is one that I'm super happy to add. I saw some incredibly like rare and uncommon games at each of these stores, and stay tuned because I picked up a really high dollar Super Nintendo game that I can't wait to share. But this one right here is definitely going to be one that I play quite a bit, and I'm really enjoying it so far. Now, of course, as you guys already saw, of course, this was in the store. They had so many of these like weird Nintendo oddities, and this just made me laugh when I saw it because of my buddy, NES Addict. You may remember his video where he actually like tested this out in the shower. Now, I won't be doing that, but this was definitely a fun find.
We're gonna take a nice cold shower with the Mario hose. Oh yeah, all that and more. Next. Look, so it's got jets, you see that? Yeah, you can give yourself a nice bath with that. Oh, that feels good. Look at that. And it also has, wrong side, rain mode. Ooh, for that nice rain bath you want. But yeah, I can see why kids might like this. This is actually pretty cool. This thing is super duper fun.
And it has this built-in like scald protection. So this was supposed to be safe. It was like deemed as safe. That's what Nintendo was back in the day. This whole like safety thing, it says new safe all over it. But it's really cool because of course you have Mario, Luigi. It's in this like wrapped up plastic. So this box is like pristine. The colors look great. I absolutely love this. And it's just really cool. It's from 1989 on here. And just a really neat piece of history for Nintendo. Just those weird products they wanted the merchandising like everywhere, and it says the new generation of safe shower play. So I wonder exactly how many times it says safe on this box. But this is really a cool one and definitely a fun one. So if you guys want to see it in use, make sure you guys check out his video because he did a great job showing how this thing actually works. And this was really cool. So I'm definitely excited to add this one into the Nintendo collection, this like little oddity, just this cool little piece of history. And I feel like they had a great deal on it as well. So here it even says subscribe to Nintendo Power Magazine. So of course the branding was on point. This just screams back in the day, and this is just a really cool one. So I'm definitely pretty excited to add that into the collection, as you just don't see this stuff, especially like brand new in the packaging. Now, they had some incredibly awesome items all over the store. I just love seeing, you know, the variety that they have. Not only do they have like modern stuff with all of these huge like collector's editions, these limited deluxe editions for like the Nintendo Switch, but I saw tons of retro stuff. And that's exactly what I love when I go into these locations. I want to see those cool, weird items, you know, like the things that I remember, the things that I may have in the collection, I may not. So I just want to see a little bit of everything when I go to these stores. So this right here, this is the Donkey Kong Jr. by Nintendo, this Game & Watch. This thing's just so cool. I absolutely love these little, you know, handheld devices from back in the day. I have quite a few of them, like Donkey Kong, and I think I have like a Mario, just a few others. They have like different screens, different ones with controllers, but this is just so simple, and these things are just really difficult to find, but they're neat little pieces of history here. So I always thought that this was like one of the most gimmicky items out there. This is this like interactor. It says feel punches, explosions, kicks, uppercuts, slam dunks, crashes, body blows, and more. I feel like they really tried to oversell this, because it works with the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo. Now I think that I have one of these already, but this thing is just so like over the top. You put this on, it's some sort of like virtual reality gameware that I feel like just did not do the best. Like as you can tell, this doesn't even go for that much. So it's just pretty crazy to see this, and you know, it's just so over the top and so wild that they had this stuff back in the day. Now on to this game. This is a pretty cheap, you know, inexpensive title. So of course we have Heavy Shredded, the snowboarding video game. So this one is one of the better snowboarding games. You know, you have these different obstacle courses, you have timed, you have tricks, you have to avoid, you know, just different things, these like boulders, deer, people. You have to go through and perform these special tricks, and you have these large levels for quite the time. Some great music. It is a tough game, but it's, you know, simple to cheat a little bit though. So that is definitely interesting. I'll have to probably use that. That way I can just jump through and kind of like play wherever. But this one is definitely a fun one. Now it's not really the same as like our snowboarding games today. And of course you have to get used to the controls, and it takes a little bit of time to like master some of the tricks and, you know, have it easy, you know, going. But this is definitely a cheaper, inexpensive, yet fun, you know, game to play on the Nintendo. So I'm definitely looking forward to playing this one a little bit more. Now this game, I know that it's kind of deemed like a bad game, but it's really not all that bad. Of course, with those movie tie-ins, you try to resemble something related to the movie, and that's what they did with this Platoon. So this game right here definitely has like this darker atmosphere. And, you know, of course we're going off the movie, but I kind of like how the first level is like this whole jungle maze. I feel like it doesn't look that bad, and I'm not really a fan though of where it changes up. So I feel like each level is something a little bit different. I feel like they could have did something a little bit better with this game, but because they changed it up in each level or like each stage, has like a whole different like setting or idea or like, you know, strategy. I feel like that's where like the worst is, but I kind of like how the graphics and the music are kind of dark. So that really does resemble this particular movie. So for just a few dollars, I feel like that's really not that bad. It might be something that I play through maybe at least once just to kind of go through. I've really only played like the first level. So maybe if I can make it past that a little bit, then this game might be worth it. But I'm sure that there are tons of other games that I will definitely focus in on. So this is one that I want to know if you guys remember this. Did you guys ever play it? And do you think that they could have did something a little bit different, maybe if they focused in on just like one particular thing? But overall, this store, just a fun time. The people are super nice, super awesome, and they were really helpful, you know, with different suggestions and just helping me like look at everything throughout the whole location. Now, I do like how each of these stores, even though they have similar items, they have enough differences and they all kind of have their own like personality. So I really do like that. And of course, they have that upcoming like warehouse sale that I can't wait to potentially check out. So if I can make it out that way, I think that'd be a fun time just because they have like museum worthy and like higher end titles and just different little odds and ends to check out. This would be their second time doing this, and the first time I was at a video game convention, so I unfortunately had to miss it, but it might be cool to check out. So if you guys are ever in Pennsylvania, you guys definitely want to check out these stores. They have great deals, great staff, and just each store is definitely a fun time. So of course, make sure you guys stay tuned because I have other videos checking out the other stores, and I do pick up a heavy hitter Super Nintendo game. So if you guys have any guesses on what that may be, let me know in the comments down below. So of course, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go ahead and check out all of my other videos and stay tuned for more.